What's up, you guys? Hope you've been well. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can produce a girl crush type of K-pop song. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, girl crush is this very powerful, badass kind of girl K-pop like BLACKPINK, ITZY, EVERGLOW, bands like that. So I'm going to be showing you guys a demo that I've made pretty recently and kind of digging into tried and true techniques of how to create that type of genre, in a really broad sense. But before we get to it, this video is sponsored by DistroKid. For those of you guys that don't know, DistroKid is a really fantastic distribution platform for your music. So if you make music as an artist yourself, or you're a producer, writer that makes music with other artists, you have probably heard of this platform. You might have even used it. I use it all the time to distribute my own artist music and also distribute music for some artists that I work with as a writer producer. So, and specifically today, I want to talk about their new feature called splits. So as you guys know, most music these days is created through collaboration. It's really, really rare to have an artist that writes, produces their own music, does everything. I'm actually an artist like that, but I only do that for my own artist music. Everything, absolutely everything else I work on, like K-pop music for artists here in the US, it's always done in teams of usually 3 people, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. What ends up happening when the music is out, when it's being distributed, you need to be able to split the publishing and the master royalties. So that's where Splits by DistroKid comes in. Whenever somebody uploads the song, let's say it's the artist or the artist manager or the label or a producer, like in my case, they can assign the portion of the song's profits to be distributed to the collaborators. So on DistroKid Splits, you can add unlimited collaborators to any track. So if you have a lot of people that have worked on it, that's no problem. You can change the splits anytime, add and remove collaborators at any time. You can go back in time and see previous splits. And for privacy purposes, collaborators can only see the percentages that they got and they can't see the percentages of the other collaborators. Also, another neat feature is that using splits, you can set up recoupments for certain collaborators as well. Let's say there was an advance for a producer, they need to recoup $5,000 before they start receiving the royalties. Like if that's your contract, you can definitely set that up. And lastly, this is really cool, DistroKid doesn't take a cut. It's a platform where you just sign up for a very low fee and that's all they get. So yeah, that's pretty much all the most vital info on DistroKid Splits. If you guys are interested in signing up, we have a really cool discount that we can give you through LYRE. You can sign up using our affiliate link, which is distrokid.com/VIP/LYRE music, and it will give you a 7% discount off of the first year membership. All right, you guys, so that was the message from our sponsor. And without further ado, let's jump straight into this K-pop track. Okay, so the first thing I'll say about this track. So obviously there are a lot of different styles of K-pop, and even within the subgenre of girl crush, there are a lot of different types of styles, more up-tempo, EDM-based styles, more hip-hop-based styles, more pop-based styles. There's a lot of variation, so there isn't like a one-size-fits-all, and thank God, because then we would just be getting same music over and over again, and that's no fun. So the one thing that is pretty consistent is that in this genre specifically, there are always a lot of sections musically in a track. There can be tempo changes, there can be key changes, there could be literally it can feel like 2 different songs in one. A really good example is Next Level by aespa. I think that's how you pronounce their band name. Yeah, that song has another song within it. It's really crazy. So I'll kind of very quickly just play you guys different sections of this and then I'll explain why I did it. So this is the intro. This is the verse. It has this similar half right here. This is the pre-chorus. This is the chorus. This is the post. This is the second verse. Yeah, and I think it repeats after that. We usually don't do bridges in the demo stage. Depends. Sometimes we do. In this one, I know we didn't. But if, like, let's say if this song was held, like they asked us to work on it more for a K-pop band, we would definitely write a bridge for sure. So usually, yeah, you need to have like 5 to 6 different musical sections. You know, it can change. Some songs are a little bit simpler, but a lot of the times it's like a good rule of thumb to keep changing things up. So I'll kind of go through and like explain what I was doing. So in the intro, I'm sure you noticed there's this whistle thing going on. To me, that's kind of like the instrumental hook. I like to have vocal hooks, obviously, you know, catchy phrases, lyrics, top line, really. But also I love having catchy instrumental hooks, just something that's a little bit of an earworm, and I think this is it. That's literally what it is. So I just took that sample and then I created some bends in it as well with portamento. Like if you listen to the like I just added glide to it. It almost sounds like Pitbull to me a little bit, like Miami vibes a little bit, but I do like it. I think it's pretty fun. And I have these like plugs, boopy things, whatever they are. I think it was just literally like a sample that I've cut up and repitched. Yeah, literally using Ableton's internal pitch engine to just create the melody that I heard. You know, there's nothing too crazy on it. It's just like kind of pans a little bit. There's a little bit of delay from Comeback Kid on it. Literally, I think on the default settings. So super simple processing. Yeah, this drum, I feel like already listening to it, it sounds like I really just wanted something really bright and really poppy. Like even that snare, that's a lot brighter than I usually would choose, but it just seems like, I know I'm not gonna play you guys the top line. I always feel like weird because like I have collaborators on that. Like I don't want to do that without their permission, but the song is like very like girly, like that kind of vibe. So I kind of matched the instrumentation to that. Let me look at these snares. Why is there so many in this group? That's crazy. I honestly haven't layered like this in a long time. I'm surprised I did it here because this is not like that old, I think. Okay, I see. There's like very different sounds in here. Interesting. Okay. I don't even really know why I did that. I think sometimes I just keep layering stuff until I get the sound that I hear. Sometimes you just get one sound and you're like, okay, that's it, that one. And other times you're like, I don't know, you know, I got to keep going until I get what I want. So I think that was the case. And then we have also the snare fill, which is a sample, which is a great, I've used this in like a lot of songs recently because I just like really love the sound of it. Yeah, and it really goes, I think, well with this drum arrangement. And then what is here? Is this a kick? What is this? Oh, little claps. Okay. They're very subtle, subliminal, I see. Oh, I even have this going on. Yeah, this beat is pretty busy, like for a verse, especially. I think that's what I want because there's like really hardly anything else going on. There's this bass that's just really like tonic, 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 and the walk down. So it's like super, super simple. And I'm pretty sure I wanted the drum to like take up the space. Otherwise, it would have been like super plain, which K-pop, it loves a lot of sound, a lot of like energy. So I always do like more than I would for Western music. But yeah, this is what this is. It's just like an 808 and then like a saw. It says it's sub-lab, but I kind of don't think so. I think it was like a serum or something, but I did print it down, so we'll never know. Yeah, and I honestly think like that plus the little plugs, same as we're here, just like kind of pitched. Cute, just like a little ear candy. I got little haze, just kind of high, almost like kids yelling, you know. And I have like vocal inserts in here, like it's stuff like that too that goes with the top line. So a lot of the times too, like I will adjust to the top line. Like when you listen to the track, you're like, okay, cool. Like it's nothing crazy. But then you hear with the top line, you're like, oh, it makes sense with the vocals. So that's kind of what this vibe is. And then we get into the pre. It's like your normal, kind of a little bit on the traditional side of EDM, where we're just starting with like 1, 2, 3, 4, the quarter notes go to 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 16, 16, 32, and then drop. So that's kind of like if you listen to pop music, EDM, like this technique is in literally everything. So I kind of went a little bit on the nose here, but it does work, I think. And we do have a different bass coming in. We have a drone from Astra, which is Splice's new plugin, which I have some presets coming out for. Watch out on Splice. Then I have also the Sublab. Just like a very simple, it might bend a little bit because I always bend my 808s, but we'll see. Yeah, it's got like a little bit of a bend. I didn't even do anything crazy. TBH. And then I got just like a 4 on the floor kick that also gets a little bit crazy towards the end. Like a really punchy EDM kick, you know, different than what I had in the verse. And then I had this pad. Also from Astra. I think I just got Astra when I did the session. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use everything from Astra. You know, a little bit of sweeps, like haze, just kind of normal, simple stuff. And then I got, what is this? Is this a snare? Okay, yeah, it's interesting. The sample is like kind of, you guys know I like variation, then this doesn't vary. It's just like da, 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 da. And I think the reason I did that is that I kind of wanted this to have like an early 90s, like late 80s vibe of like almost like, oh, this is the sound from a keyboard. So it's going to repeat exactly the same. Because you'll hear, I mean, you already heard like the preview. The chorus almost has that kind of like that early 90s hip hop vibe, like slightly. So I'm nodding to that with these sample choices. And yeah, I keep having this too, like just gets a little busier. But yeah, that's like a featured sound for the whole song. Yeah, like you can tell with these beeps and stuff, I was just going for a vintage vibe specifically. Obviously, like the lower end is not vintage. It's a little bit deeper than anything you would hear from that era. But, you know, we are never trying to copy an era. We're trying to do a new version of it. So I think that makes sense. And mostly, yeah, it's this beep. Yeah, I don't like what, I guess it's just like a little beep, like a little click type situation that I just wanted to kind of sound like almost like a little crappy. It just pans. It's really simple. There's like no processing on it really. You know, it got a lot of haze. Like a lot, like you can see here. It's pretty busy. I also like this little siren thing. Like it's very, very reminiscent of that era. I just think it's like really fun. You know, you get it. So, and then we got like a little bit of a snare fill right here. There's another one. It's that, yeah, that one kind of going with it. Oh, I got a cowbell. Oh, this needs to be turned up. I've already heard, it's funny, like when I hear stuff with like a little bit of distance, I'm like, I would mix it differently now. A lot of times for demos though, I'm not like mixing full out. Like I'll mix it well, it sounds good, but it isn't like exactly how it would be when it's finished. I don't know. Some people that I talk to are like, we do everything full out, and I'm like, bless you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends on the song, depends on the situation, how much time we have that day. It's just like all very different. So here, yeah, it's like I'm already hearing like, I want that cowbell like up, honey. I want it really up. Like I really like it. But also it's hard listening without the top line, because like I could hear with the top line and be like, oh no, it's getting in the way of top line. Get rid of it. So it is funny. And then so another thing about this chorus section is that I definitely start bringing back the whistle on this fourth bar here. Just because like I'm trying to like get that motif into people's heads subliminally. So that's kind of the mood here. And then when we get into the post I think is pretty interesting because it changes feels. So 2 bars is of like halftime, I guess, and then 2 bars is of like full double time. I don't know why I'm so tired this morning. Like my words, like what are words? But yeah, I'll play it for you guys. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like it goes to 4 on the floor just for 2 bars, and then back to that or whatever it is exactly. But you know what I mean, like half the time, full time, half time, full time. So yeah, and you can just see like with the snares right there, it's very obvious like how that transitions. Which yeah, this is like a K-pop thing. Just like really playing with grooves, not staying within one groove, like really allowing yourself to be quite free. I would totally encourage that. Like I said, K-pop is really, really broad. So I like to go a little bit like out there with the tracks just because I don't get to do that anywhere else. So it's super fun for me and I want to do that. But if you want to do something a little simpler, you can, because we've had simpler, like more Western type songs get cut in Korea as well. But I do think this is a great opportunity to do things that are unusual. So that's why I take it. But yeah, you can see like, boom, this is what, and then it gets to the 4 on the floor, and that's like the kick arrangement. Let's see, I'm curious what the bass does. I like have no idea. This is crazy. What is this? I kind of like it. Like I said, I don't remember. So it has like a brass hit here. What is this? Serum. Okay, Serum. Serum's really hit or miss for me. Sometimes I find great stuff in there, but I do find like the navigation pretty wonky. And there's issues with it as well with Ableton 11. I've had a lot of them recently, so don't use it as much as I used to, but you can still find great sounds in there. And so, of course, my favorite Sublab is in here. Oh wait, no, that's Serum. That one is Sublab though, yeah. Swamp Creature, what a great preset name. I love it. So yeah, there's that bass does this, and then there's this coming in, and I see that's just like a sample I brought in. It's really crazy. I don't remember ever like doing a thing like this before. I think it's so, and it does go with the 808. It's interesting though. When I heard it soloed, especially, I was like, oh, what is that? So yeah, that's one fun thing about K-pop. You can't for sure do things like that. I don't know where else I would do something like that because I don't produce like super like festival EDM or anything like that. So this is about the only place for me. And then the whistle pops in. It for sure makes an appearance. So yeah, and then there's just like a lot of percussion going on too. You know, I got like one of those hats starting at the top, just give it like immediate like punch. And then I use this percussion on everything. I made it out of a bunch of loops and saved it, and now it makes an appearance in a lot of my tracks. And I got like another set of hats, you know, and a crash and like reverse crash, all the normal kind of stuff. What is this? Curious. Oh, like yells also in here. Yeah, there's a lot. Hey, there's that going on, a little bit of like a kind of rhythmic hey. It's pretty fun. It is pretty fun. It's really unusual for me too. I'm like, whoa. So, and then we get into the second verse. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty similar to the first verse. I think it's a little like lighter right here because there's no bass on this front half. And then we get back to the bass here. And we just get like a lot more percussion. And then just back to the back to the chorus, and back to the post. Yeah, like I said, like if this was getting cut, if I was getting a request for like finishing this track, I would do a lot more. Like this chorus, I would probably do like stops, like full stops, and it would go with the top line, the vocal and the vocal basically. Like I would arrange it around like kind of coming in and out a little bit more, maybe changing some of that whistle melody to do something different, maybe bringing a synth in to do a similar melody, but like kind of like a little bit of a departure. So yeah, this is for sure like a demo. So, but it kind of shows you like this is like the stage where at least like we feel comfortable pitching songs. Yeah, everybody's really different. Some people do simpler demos, some people do like even more full out, crazy, like full demos. So, but this just kind of shows you like the main basics of creating this kind of style. It's just like really about capturing energy, up-tempo, fun, like, you know, you hear a lot of hype, like haze and all of these things, and a lot of variation too. So I hope this helps you guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any videos from us. We're always posting a lot of helpful tips, hopefully helpful for you guys to become even better producers and writers. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.